Hello guys, welcome to the channel with your boy Mike McCray. Today I want to talk about staying cheap and buying nothing. How being frugal saved my life and can save yours too. Basically, I don't buy nothing unless it's essential. And I haven't always been like that. It's trial and error, I was young. I'm 37-year-old now, but I was 21. I used to buy the new Jordans every week, phone posits, the Nike tech suits, jewelry. But as I got to a certain age, I came to realize I don't need any of that stuff. I'm just oppressing people who just don't care anything about me. So I live buy nothing movement, the rebellion movement, something like that. I'll be hearing it go around on social media. But before that was even a trend, I never bought anything that wasn't essential. I don't go out to eat, except for rarely, when my wife, nags me to go. But besides that, I buy nothing. I buy food from the grocery store. If I buy anything, it's probably secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. I rarely take vacations, rarely take them. And I'm not saying don't enjoy your life. What I'm saying is pay now or you'll pay later. Save for tomorrow. Save while you're younger so when you're older, you could be in comfort. A lot of people like to take trips to go to Jamaica, go to DR, which is nothing the matter with that, but have no savings, no emergency funds. They probably don't even have $100 in their bank account. Only thing they probably have is the money to go on the trip and maybe enough money for some food and come back home and broke. Calling around to ask people, can they borrow something to the next payday? Or going down to the payday cash loan place to get a loan. And I'm telling you, you don't want to live like that. So, by being frugal, saving your money, save a little now, invest a little now, so you can take care of your older self by depreciating, by just saving, Deferred gratification, Everybody, wants to go, to places and do things, but it's called having discipline. You got to sacrifice for the victory is what I say, And I like to live my life, even to this day. Every now and then, I'll go buy me a new pair of jeans, hat. But the thing about it is, when I buy it, I take care of it. If I buy a $100 pair of shoes, $200 pair of shoes, it may last me 10 years. 9 years for the shirt. Just take care of it. When you finish wearing the shoes, wipe them down, put them back in the box. And as far as cars, I never finance cars. I always buy used. I always go to Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. I never try to spend over a certain amount of money on a car. I get a decent car, to get me to point A to point B, even, sometimes C. When I was coming up, my friends used to always laugh. I always had a hoopty ride, we used to call them, a bug, a beat, But I saved so much money, I had no payments. I get the car for $4,500, $6,000, and that's it. Just keep the oil change, get the brakes, and I'm good. While they dishing out money for car payments, they looking good, keeping up with the Joneses, but a lot of the time these guys are broke. They're broke. All that $700 a month they making car payments, I'm investing that. I'm stacking that. But each his own, But what I'm telling you guys is that you don't want to be like that. You want to buy nothing like the video says. You don't want to buy anything that's not essential. Food, housing, transportation. If it's not that, I'm not buying it. And I don't want to sound, like I'm not living and I'm, scratching and I'm living dad good. I'm living pretty good. But I know what I need and I know what I don't need. And also, I like to live a simple life. I don't need to impress people that don't even know me, that don't care about me. I'm happy with the bare minimum, you know? I've been living like that for a long time. That's why I've been able to save a lot of money. And I'm telling you to do the same. Also, you don't want to keep buying expensive clothes on the weekend, going to the mall just to go in there and end up leaving out there putting stuff in your credit card with high interest rates. You don't want to live like that. You don't want to live like that. So I'm telling you, don't buy no expensive clothes. If you buy clothes, personally, I will go down to Goodwill and get something used. And I know people probably gonna say, oh, I'm not going to Goodwill to get no clothes. Man, some secondhand clothes be just as good, if not better than new. Plato's Closet, you got Uptown Cheapskate. Always go to those stores first before you end up going to, you know, the high chain brands and spending $90 for a shirt or $200 for a shirt. But with that same $90, you can either get 5 or 6 shirts out of the secondhand store. So always keep that in the back of your mind. You know, you can still look good on a budget. I know people that only shop at Walmart's. They make well over 6 figures, only buy clothes in Walmart. And if you ever notice, when you see a successful person, real successful people, they're not buying all of this Gucci and Louis. 9 times out of 10, they got just a white t-shirt on and some blue denim jeans and some shoes. And the shoes sometimes look dirty, but these people will be really wealthy, because they know what they need to do with their money. They're not just throwing it away because a new trend on TikTok or something they seen a famous celebrity on TV wearing and doing. Never follow the trends. Never follow the trends. That'll keep you financially broke, you know, and disabled. You don't want to do that. So what I'm saying, buy clothes that looks good, but at a decent, affordable price. And don't get me wrong, I still got some Nike Tech suits and, you know, nice designer clothes, but that's from years ago when I used to wear it. Years ago. And I kept good care of it, so I can still wear it. I gained a little weight through the years, but for the most part, I can still wear the clothes. But that was years ago. Going forward now, I might only have a couple pair of shirts and a couple pair of jeans. I'm not saying I can't afford it. It's just I don't need all of that no more. I'm always in work. I'm always working. You see, I'm right here. I'm in the workshop. I'm always working, making money on the grind all the time. So, you know, definitely watch your spending when it comes to just buying clothes that you really don't need. You can look good and don't have to spend half the price. So just keep that in the back of your mind, you know. And another thing, guys, taking vacations. Everybody want to take vacations. You go on IG, you go on TikTok, everybody's on vacation. They living their best life. And I'm not saying something's the matter with that. Nothing's the matter with that. Everybody want to have a good time. But what I'm telling you is that you pay now or you pay later. By saying that means if you don't save and invest now, which is paying now, then you'll pay later when you're in your older ages, from 65 to 85. All that money you could have saved when you was younger, you still gotta work in your golden days. You don't want to be like that guy in Walmart that has to be at work. The guy you see in the gas station that hate his job, that's 60, 70 years old, that still gotta work because he's paying now. You know, that's why pay now and you don't gotta pay later. A lot of people are paying later, you know. I got family members that's in their 70s that's working, back-breaking jobs, no retirement. They'll probably never retire, you know. They didn't invest, they didn't think, they didn't play the long game. So they're paying for it. And you don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. I'm not going to be like that. So I'm telling you to do the same thing. And if you do go on vacation, just save for it, you know. Say, you know what, this year I'm going to take 2 vacations. Just save for it. Save for it. And if you can't buy it twice, I suggest don't do it. Do not do it. You know, you see your friends going out of here, going there, doing this, going that. On Facebook, you see them like, wow, how's they doing it? 9 out of 10, they broke. They spending their last dime on it. They taking from their kids' savings. They taking from their future self, you know? And I don't have nothing against, nice experiences. I go out of town, I go places. But what I'm telling you is that you just gotta have delayed gratification. It's a time and place for everything. Just knowing it's yours, So I like to just save for things I like to do. So you can still have your emergency fund and then still have that vacation savings to the side. So you won't be out of town with $100 budget. You can't do nothing. All your friends are going to the restaurant, $200, and you can't even go to them. So now you're messing up the whole trip for everybody because you can't come there because you only came out of town with a certain amount of money. We're trying to go on the camelback rides, the jet skis. We're trying to go on, the zip lines, and you can't do it because you didn't save correctly to come out of town. And then when you get back home from the vacation, you're broke. You don't even know how you're gonna pay your rent because you use half your rent money to go on vacation. You don't want to be that guy or that woman. So if you're gonna do vacation, maybe 1 or 2 a year. If me personally, I'm a simple guy. I don't even gotta go on vacation. I'm cool where I'm at. Just give me some food, some TV, and I'm good. But I do understand I'm a married guy, so my wife likes to go on vacation. So we save for stuff like that, And I'm cool with that. I'm definitely good with that. And, another thing, guys, buy nothing. Only buy what you need. Don't upgrade your cell phones if you don't have to. You don't need the latest iPhone, the latest technology. You can get the one you've been having for years and keep it. As long as you can text, you can make a phone call and get on the internet, that's all you need. You don't gotta have the new iPhone 17 or the new this and new that. When your iPhone 8, your iPhone 10 is just fine. Your iPhone 13 is just fine. You don't need to get the new one. You don't need that. It's just a cash grab that people see on TO. The new iPhone, I want to get that. New this, I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that. You don't want to be that guy. Always live below your means. Don't ever keep up with the Joneses. It will cripple you. Trust me. Because, as you know, they don't really even change the gadgets that much. It just may be a slight different new camera, it don't be necessarily, as long as the functions you can call, you can text, you can get on the web, you're good, So always keep that in mind when it comes to these new gadgets, new iPads, and new this. Now, don't get me wrong. If you invest in this stuff to your business and you need new camera equipment for your YouTube or you need, something for your business, by all means, get it. But just know, a lot of this new gadget stuff is just cash grabs when the previous one did the same thing. So always have that in the back of your mind and know that. And another thing, like I say, I don't do, guys, to save money and not buy nothing, I never go out to eat. I might go out to eat, once every 2 months. Personally, I like cooking at home. I'm a chef on the side. I was a chef for years, went to school for it. I love cooking. I love going to the grocery store, buying ingredients and chefing it up, cooking. And it's a better quality of food. You get more food, bang for your buck. It's healthier for you, and it's cheaper for you. When you go to these high-end restaurants, you're spending top dollar. You gotta pay for the door waitress, you gotta pay, that's the hostess, you gotta pay for the waitress, you gotta pay for the chef, you gotta pay for all of that stuff. It's included in the price. When you could just go home and cook it yourself. And a lot of the time, people in the restaurant business, they're unsanitary. They're not washing their hands, they sneezing, they touching their hair on their phone, touching your food, they not washing their hands. Not every place is like that, but a lot of places is like that. So I'm telling you, you should stay at home and cook your meals. It'll be a lot cheaper, cost efficient, fresher, healthier for you. And now don't get me wrong, I'm not a hermit. I go out to eat, I do my thing, like I said, 2 times, 3 times every couple so often. I like it. But It's nothing like being home, cooking your own food, knowing where it came from. You ain't got nobody talking over your food in the kitchen, hair particles in there. You don't got to deal with none of that. You don't got to tip nobody. You don't got to, do none of that. And it's way cheaper going to the grocery store. You get almost 10 to 20% more food. You go to the restaurant, the tab come up to $100. Do you know how much food you could have got for $100 out of the grocery store? Man, I mean, it's just astonishing to me. But you go to these restaurants, you got all kind of people touching your food. You got the people when they're taking fries and trust me, I worked in the kitchen. I know what they do back there. They all kind of stuff. They finger dipping, hair flying, no hair nets. The cook smoking cigarettes at the back, come back, touch your food. And then they giving you a high price. I don't know about you, but inflation is being crazy. Everything's going up. Everything. Cheeseburger and fries might cost you about $30 to be in there, And the waitress might not be that good. The drink's watered down if you drink. Soda flat. At home, you could be in the comfort of your own home, the table. You could be in front of the TV watching a good movie. You ain't got to spend money on the gas to get there. You're there. Go to the grocery store, spend the gas, and when you're there. And another thing about grocery stores, you can use coupons. Buy one, get one free. All kind of discounts. It's rare in restaurants you might buy one meal, get one free, but it's this overpriced, overrated. Stay away from it. Eat at home, save money, buy nothing, And I'm not trying to make this a long video. I just want you to know, buy nothing. Stay cheap, stay disciplined, stay frugal. People might laugh and say, nah, man, live your life, you only live once. What I'm telling you is that pay now or you'll pay later. Everything has a time, Don't keep up with your friends, what you see on IG, you see on TikTok, what they doing. They go that way, you go this way. Stay down till you come up, make your money, stack your money, repeat. Make the money, stack the money, invest, repeat. Do that. Don't look at the scoreboard. Keep your head down, keep grinding. Keep grinding. Let them do that. Let them do that. Keep grinding. Stack it up. And next time you look at the scoreboard, you'll be up. You'll be up so much that there's no way they could come back. All right, now, that's it for today. This is your boy, Mike McCray. Mike McCray TV, where we talk motivation, we talk finances, we talk about staying sober, no vices, staying disciplined, dedicated, and determined, So until next time, peace.